Hey guys, cool. So we're back. So we're going to do the Friday market breakdown. It's been a pretty good week. I've had my sort of pairs on watch and stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty good. Made some money on USD CAD. Got a nice little short at the top over here. I know a few people got their short in there, um, but more so I got my. Let's just remove that top override for now. Um, So yeah, so essentially this is where the short was. And yeah, so it's a bit annoying because I did have a short in there, but I got just tagged out as well. I think I got in around about there and I got tagged out. So I was a bit aggressive. It was my own fault. It is what it is. Well, yeah, it was. I think I entered in like over here, and then I had a really aggressive position. But anyway, so I was taking out for 0.6, which isn't the worst position. I'd say it's pretty good actually, to be honest. Um, it was running about 1.6, so definitely there was an extra percent on the table there. I think I watched it actually, so around about 3 a.m. when it did come around about here. Um, I think I was contemplating around about 4 a.m. potentially getting out, but then I was like, ultimately I think if it comes back up here, then I'll be more than happy. So it did. And then I just left it. It is what it is. And then I had Aussie US dollar, no, Euro Aussie buy as well. So that was basically the only two trades that I took that were pretty good. And then that ran for 5.13. It was running around about 6%, I think, ultimately 6.5. But yeah, I mean, I got about 5.13 on it. And yeah, that was ultimately a pretty good trade. Um, Reasoning for getting out there was obviously we had this sort of section over here. I was more so for the long, but I didn't want to put too many trades on the table, so I actually decided to close this one. Um, it probably would have tagged me back out anyway in the same place, but to close that to open up some margin as well. Not that I had an issue with margin, but just open up some space to get into this position. And then, yeah, so I guess ultimately it was a good decision just because I was able to bank an extra 0.6% on top for making that decision. But yeah, hopefully next time this would have just committed and it would have been better for management. But ultimately, it's been a good week. And yeah, I think there was a lot of lessons. I did start the week a little bit slow because I did take a 2% loss, but ended the week strong. And yeah, it's been pretty good. So yeah, good week. So yeah, let's jump straight into. I think for the sake of how long this is going to take, because I haven't actually began doing it, I'm going to speed up the video this time. But yeah, so if you want to watch it, perhaps maybe slow it down. I'm going to times 10 it. So I think on YouTube you could probably slow it down by 2.5 or something like that too. So it'll be slower, but if you do want to see it individually, you're gonna have to pause it. So yeah, I'm gonna basically just film it and then zoom it up, and then you can watch it. Just because I think it will go on for longer than an hour. So this is, yeah, essentially Friday market breakdown now. So enjoy. Sick. Okay, cool. So I filtered through these pairs. I'm gonna go through it tomorrow again and go through the ones I didn't put in there. I also had these ones as well in red. Um, I just put these on because I think like they were in key value areas today. Didn't take any trades just because of the sakes of it, but this one was approaching that low, kind of tapped into this sort of triple bottom sort of zone here. So no surprise that I pulled back up. EJ had the same thing, one, two, three, and then sort of override sell off there. So that's pretty interesting. New Zealand CAD taps into this sort of value zone here. Once again, not really a trade I want to take right now, probably a push down on the flag. New Zealand Swiss tapped into this override zone. It was so crazy that they were all just tapping in at the same time. So tapped in there, and then we're basically just retracing, which is interesting. I think this was a solid trade, New Zealand Swiss for a short. So there was a 1 hour retrace there, but because of the impulsive approach, wasn't interested. But now looking at it on the 4 hour, if we get that 4 hour close, still won't be interested to be honest. But it's looking good. It's looking good. And then US dollar yen. Oh, sorry, there was actually CAD Swiss as well. CAD Swiss and USD Swiss. So bull flag, so push up, bull flag on the go. I think you probably saw me forecasting it inside there as well. It was one I was thinking about taking as well, but in the end I didn't. It just is what it is. And then USD yen here. Obviously USD yen, nothing really major to report, but it does look like we might get a strong push lower, possibly. So it's just like kind of trickling in here. We have this sort of trend like this. So could work two ways, but yeah, at the moment I was kind of just looking at it and I was like, how it's moving isn't really a sort of progressive nature, but at the same time, this could be sort of enough, or we could get one more final push up before we sell. So there's just a few variations of what could potentially happen, but anyway, and the last one was CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss was looking at this sort of bull flag, and yeah, it just looks like we've tapped into it now. So we had the one, two, three, and then would we potentially have this as a bull flag to go higher? That was basically what I was looking at. So those were the trades. Didn't take any trades, just monitoring, just looking. But the best one I could say was probably between no, it was New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD for sure. Um, this one looks good, but not really a trade that I'll take straight away. Yeah, just I give it some time to materialize. Maybe there's a phase line entry in there. Mm. There's a higher value zone just above it as well, but we've definitely tapped into this zone here. There's definitely enough context for this to pull back down, create something larger. So just have to keep eyes on it. But I think that's it for Friday. These are the pairs. I think I'm not going to bother with the other ones, but like I said, I'll go for it again in a different setting tomorrow, and then um, when I go through it tomorrow, I'll be able to filter out what I'm going to keep, what I'm not, and then Sunday I'll finalize it. So, yeah, thanks for watching and have a good Friday. And yeah, I'll do my Saturday market breakdown Sunday. So take care.